Okay, James, your box has arrived, so let's get you opened up and see what you sent. Let's take a bit of a closer look here. All right. Divide by something. All right, let's start with the blue one. Oh, very cool. Navigator timer. All right, and a Panda, a nice Panda, very cool. Take your Navigator out. Lovely GMT, one of my favorites. Okay, let's take a very close look. So what do we have? We have two of my favorite Seikos. Very cool. 6117, 614 or 6419 from '74. Really great looking watch. Just really dig the colors on that one. And a 77 6138 8020. Very nice. Very nice. Funny enough, these two watches have the exact same crystal. This one looks to be an original, although it could be a Sternquartz replacement. It's hard to tell. Looks good. This one is definitely a replacement. It's a soft dome sort of acrylic style. It's consistent with these. All right. Well, two very nice watches. Let's start with the Navigator. So let's see. This is horseshoe back, really nice case, very clean, very crisp. No real damage here on the back. Couple little lines across the back and just some wear. A couple just lug marks, I'd call those. A little bit of wear on your lugs, but overall, dial and hands are quite good. Got a little bit of fuzz underneath your glass there. These are really hard to get clean. The nice part is that your rotating ring is really crisp. There's no loss to any of the paint, which is big time an issue with these. Yeah, these acrylic crystals, you got to be very careful with the dust. But looks good. It's a good crown. Yeah. Wow, look at that number. 440001. This is the first one from April 1974. What a cool number. I love that kind of stuff. Anyway, these are great. These are the same basic construction of movement as the Willard, the 6105. All right. Well, now that we've sort of looked it over and looked at the condition a bit, let's see if we can get the case back off and have a look at the movement, and we'll put some power in and see if we can get it on the time grapher and see where we're starting from. Okay, it looks like you've got Adrian's seal on the back here, although it's not fitting quite as well as I'd hope. Oh no, it's just not flat. That's okay. That's all right. Yeah, it looks like you've had some water sitting here The case is a little bit pitted, so water ingress is always going to be an issue for this particular watch. You can see there's been water that sat between the old seal and the case, and it could have been salt water, which kind of can lead to some problems. Although it didn't make it in, because your movement and your dial and your hands and your loom and all of that sort of looks super clean, so that's good to see. So there's a 6117B movement, which is a hacking movement. Again, single, no day and date complication, just a date. You definitely got some fuzz and some pieces in here. I'm not sure if that was from a reseal. But let's go ahead and put some power in. Just kind of see where you're sitting. Before I do that, actually, let me check your arbor ports just to kind of get a feel. Well, that's not too bad. I have some power in there, so there's some pressure on that. But I have seen much, much worse. All right. Hey, look under your cap jewel just to see if you've got any liquid lubricant under there, and you seem to, so that's not bad. All right, let's see what you've got. Service marks, none, but it looks like a very nice original watch. That may even be an original crystal. All right, let's get on the time grapher and see how this one's doing. Okay, James, well, this is your Navigator timer. Perfect. You know, I can't imagine digging too deep into the. Give me one moment. Okay, it's going to be some noise in the background. So I would say we leave this one as is. I can do some minor adjusting, but otherwise it's a great movement. It's running fantastically well. I would just let this one run, and let's move on to the Panda. All right, great watch. Really looks good. Okay, James. Well, this is your the state of the Panda. So it's running, which is good, but you know it's the one that certainly will need the service. It definitely is a bit out of sorts. You know, it should be looking a lot more like the 6117 in terms of amplitude and other things. So you know, this one is in store for the full process, and I think it's going to go straight forward. It's nice to see that the signal is good. It's clean-ish. You know, it needs a little bit of tweaking, but you know, lubrication is always important, and getting these things to run is you know what we're here to do. So give me a sec. We'll head back to the bench and finish up. Okay, so cosmetically, you know, two very, very good examples. I wouldn't really do much with your Navigator timer. I think it's doing great. You know, this one, you know, you can do whatever you like, but I would recommend just leaving it as it is. To be honest, it's running fantastic. Your Panda is in really good shape cosmetically. The case is nice and the lines are good. You know, we can always, of course, clean things and put a new crystal in, a correct one. Unless you like this one, we can always leave it unless it has a crack or something. But I don't think it does. It seems pretty good. You definitely need you know, a good solid going over and the service process. You know, the movement itself is probably in pretty good shape. I could take the case back off, but you know, we know it's running and we know it definitely needs the service. So that one we can get started on. This one I'll leave up to you, but I would recommend just wearing it. I mean, it seems to be that somebody has serviced this watch at some point in the past. It has some actual. I looked very close at the jewels, and it's got lubrication of the cap jewels, so that's a good indicator. All right, well, you let me know, and we'll get started. Thank you, James.